I'm here to tell you not to waste time comparing yourself to other photographers, especially when you are starting out. It is truly not worth it and not necessary, and I'm here to tell you why. So when I was starting out, it was human nature to try to compare myself to other photographers, what they had for gear, what they were using for cameras, what they were using for everything. It's easy as a beginner photographer to look at someone that has it all together or seems like they have it all together and they have everything and you have almost nothing and you are starting out, and it's easy to put yourself in a funk and think, man, I'm never gonna be able to afford those lenses, I'm never gonna be able to afford that camera. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. You will be able to afford those lenses and you will be able to afford those cameras faster than you think, as long as you do things the right way, as long as you keep working on your craft and you keep working on your business. When I used to see photographers when I first started and I would see all their gear, to me it was more motivational rather than comparing myself to them. And that's okay to let it motivate you to have better equipment. When I would see their images, my images were so far away. Again, it's easy to kind of get in a funk. You go out and you take a picture and you think your picture is nice until you see somebody else, a professional photographer, post a photo and you say, man, my photos are really far away from that. Well, I'm here to tell you that that photographer that you follow and that photographer whose work seems unbelievable, they were once right where you are. They were right on that threshold of learning photography, of starting to beef up their gear and beef up their content and their knowledge of photography and the photography business. So again, don't compare yourself to that. Use it more as motivation. See where those photographers are and say, hey, I can be at that level one day. And that's what I'm gonna strive for. And that's what I'm gonna shoot for. You know, here I am over 10 years into this photography game, and here I am in my own studio. I have all the gear and everything anybody could dream of. I have the skills and I have the clientele. In the beginning, it wasn't so clear. In the beginning, it was easy to try to compare myself to other photographers that were already there, but I didn't let that shade me. I just let that motivate me, and it lit a fire in me to be better and better and better, because I knew that if I was better, I would be able to earn more clients. And if I earned more clients, that means that in turn, I would be earning more money and buying better gear and just becoming a better photographer and becoming self-employed, which is what I wanted to do. So keep those things in mind, guys. Do not compare yourself to those photographers who already have made it, because they started out just like you and it took them some time to get there. Believe me, it does not happen overnight. And if we sit there and we keep comparing ourselves to other photographers who have made it or that are better than us, it's easy to get in a funk and maybe you want to even give up. Maybe you think it's not worth it, and that's what we don't want you to do. Do not give up on your dream of becoming a photographer, and do not give up on your dream to being self-employed. And that's why we don't want you to compare yourselves to photographers who have been in it for a long time. Another thing, when you first start out, other photographers that you know or in your area, you'll see them, they'll get booked for gigs that maybe you didn't get booked for. Or you'll see them that they might be a little busier than you, and you might say to yourself, hey, this guy just started the other day, why is he getting booked? Or he's down the street from me, or this guy is in my same neighborhood, you know, why is he getting so many bookings and I'm not? Look at it and let it motivate you, let it drive you. When you're a starter photographer, it's easy to think that if other photographers in your area, you might think the worst of the worst of the worst, but we can fix everything that has to do with yourself becoming a photographer. But sometimes things just happen like that. I'll give you an example. I know a lot of photographers in my area. I have a lot of photographer friends. I can tell you guys, these photographers are all around me, just like there's photographers all around you. And guess what, guys? 1 out of maybe 100 customers, I maybe knew that they were shopping somebody that I knew or someone close to me. Most of the time it was people that were not dealing with other people. They were not dealing with those other photographers. So don't compare yourself to those photographers. Don't think that when you see a photographer getting booked, that those are the only customers in the world, because they are not. And even if you think that photographer is so much better than you and maybe you'll never get any bookings, that's not true also. Because even when photographers are super good at what they do, they could only take so many clients as it is. So everybody's gonna get a piece of the pie. Trust me, it just takes a little time to get there when you're first starting out. Do not get discouraged when you see some photographers getting booked, even if they're your friends, even if they're in your area. I know in the beginning it stings a little bit when everybody's getting hired and you're not, but trust me, turn that little sting into motivation and start to think, hey, what am I maybe not doing? I don't want you guys to compare yourself to those photographers, but I want you guys to take note and to analyze what are those photographers doing that maybe I'm not doing. And that's different. Maybe it has to do with their marketing. Maybe it has to do with their location or where they have their business. Whatever it may be, you can learn from it. So instead of comparing yourself to it, you can learn from it. You can analyze what's going on with them. And now you can tweak your strategy just a little bit so that you can go ahead and get bookings yourself and not worry about anybody else or what anybody else is doing. Trust me, guys. That's the wrong way to go about it. That is a slippery slope. Once you start to worry about what anybody's doing, about what another photographer is doing or what another person is doing, it's just gonna bring more stress to you and it's gonna cause you to lose focus on the things that really matter. You will become a better photographer. You'll become a better business owner quicker than you think, and you don't have to worry about any noise around about who's booking gigs and who's not, because you're gonna be so busy yourself that you just don't have time for that. So make sure, guys, that you go ahead and consider subscribing to this channel. Make sure you go ahead and hit like, share, turn on notifications so that you are notified when we go ahead and add more videos, guys. So thanks for your time.